It's the Hot 97 Morning Show. Some things have occurred. Myself, Rosenberg, cracked some jokes about the minister, Louis Farrakhan.
About the situation with him defending Kanye.
Yes, because myself and Rosenberg, and the voice you hear in the background is the minister Hassis. That's right, Brother Hassis. And what mosque are you from, sir?
I serve as the New York representative of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and I'm over Mosque number 7, New York City.
Perfect. And just background, just to let everybody know, a former girlfriend of mine is his niece.
Oh, so you guys have a connection.
Yes, I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was that close to the Minister Farrakhan when I decided to date her. She's a beautiful girl.
Wow.
But she realized that I was a scumbag and was like, you know what, let's just be friends.
She's beautiful and smart.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, Rosenberg said it was ironic. Tell the people what you said.
Well, so, brother, basically how I felt was I thought it was pretty, ironic. And somewhat entertaining that Minister Farrakhan came to the defense to say that Kanye was not anti-Semitic, because we would all be in denial if we said there wasn't at least a public perception that throughout his career, Minister Farrakhan has been called anti-Semitic himself.
So now the brothers from the FOI, the Nation of Islam, reached out to me, because I have a relationship with them, was like, listen, we got to get on that Hot 97 and have this conversation, not now, right now.
All right, so I'm interested.
So we have the minister, the brother Hassis, on the phone. Where would you like this conversation to go from here?
Well, peace be unto you, Ebro, and peace be unto you, Rosenberg.
Thank you very much, Minister.
I received a call yesterday morning when I was on my way to perform a funeral, and I told the brother then that I would like to schedule something as soon as possible.
And we wanted this to be, brother, shout to Brother Sean, we wanted it to be face-to-face, but the traffic, holiday shopping got you caught up, and we needed to handle this now while this story was hot, so we got it on the phone.
Indeed, and we're honored to be here with you.
Thank you.
You know, what we wanted to advance, Rosenberg and Brother Ebro, is this. You know, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is highly respected, and we thank both of you, and I thank you, Rosenberg, for saying that you had agreed with the truth of what the minister said about Kanye. You said you didn't disagree with Kanye, but you felt he could have used better words, but he spoke the truth. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I know you said, Rosenberg, that even though there will be some Jews who may disagree with you agreeing with Minister Farrakhan, but there should never be disagreement when we're dealing with the truth.
I agree with that.
And our contention is when the skit was done, emulating the minister emulating that I'll show you what it is to be anti-Semitic. You know, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan never has been, never will be anti-Semitic. He's not anti-Jewish. He's not anti-black or anti-self. He's not anti-Christian. The minister deals exactly with truth. And when you are on the level that God has raised him to for black people, for the indigenous, for humanity, then his job is to cast the light on darkness wherever it may be. And so the minister is not anti-Semitic, never have been. We've never done anything to any member of the Jewish community. My mother used to wash floors, Rosenberg, for members of the Jewish community in Brooklyn on Remsen Avenue and Ralph and 54th Street. And my friend, there were many who treated my mother well, but there were others who treated her terribly.
I'm sure that's true.
But I never used that against members of the Jewish community. And coming into the Nation of Islam over 30 years ago, we have never done anything against the Jewish people and have no hatred for them at all. And so the minister is not anti-Semitic. And for anyone to still have the mindset because of public perception he is and feed off that mindset, then it's not only an indictment against our leader, it's an indictment against me and all of us who are with him who are not that as well.
Now, Brother Hassis, and you know I have a great relationship with the Minister Farrakhan as well as the nation. And there are things that I say that hurt people's feelings. Mm-hmm. Whether they call me racist, whether they call me old, fat, ugly. I shouldn't be saying that. I'm a excuse my language while the minister's on the phone. I'm a bitch. I'm a F-boy. Because people take exception with sometimes the truth, and people sometimes take exception with slanderous words. We have to admit that the minister has used words that are offensive to the Jewish community.
No, I cannot admit to that. in no shape, form, or fashion.
Well, I have some good quotes here right in front of me that I could read you verbatim, and I could.
Sir.
There was a time in 1998. He said, "The Jews have been so bad at politics, they lost half their population in the Holocaust. They thought they could trust in Hitler, and they helped get the Third Reich on the road." Now, that might be the minister's opinion of what happened, but I'm telling you
I don't know that those are the minister's words that he said the Jews are so bad in politics. I don't know that.
That quote has come up.
Rosenberg.
That comment about his feelings on the Jews in politics came up several times in the late 90s. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that in his heart, Minister Farrakhan hates Jews. And like I said yesterday, I do.
He doesn't.
And I don't believe that he does. And I do think there are things he says that I definitely agree with and see positives in. But I am telling you right now, as a Jewish person, he has said things before that I've seen him say out of his mouth that made me cringe and hurt my feelings a bit. That's just a fact.
There's things, Ebro, there's things that are said about our own black community that make us cringe.
That's absolutely.
The question is it the truth? There are things, Ebro, that other ethnic groups have done and still do to the black community.
Absolutely.
Not what they say.
And Minister, and let me take you another place.
And it should make all of us cringe.
And it does. And this is what I truly believe. I truly believe, and there are issues that run deep in the black community amongst ourselves. There are issues that run deep in the Jewish and Muslim community that go thousands of years, that we probably are not going to be able to fix on this phone call.
Probably not.
No, we can't.
What we can do today, though, is because I thought it was funny, and is the skit that we did. I knew when we did it that you were going to take exception with it. I knew when we did it, but we found it entertaining. Right? And we do poke fun at it. We poke fun at the Pope. We poke fun at Obama. We poke fun at anyone who is.
I understand, Ebro.
So it wasn't, and you know this because you know me, that we don't.
And we thank you. We thank you for the advertisement.
Absolutely.
Because you put the minister's name out there.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We thank you, Rosenberg.
Of course.
You didn't have to do that at all. We thank you for that. That might send them to the time and what must be done to hear what the minister's saying.
And it's perfect timing.
Saturday.
And it's perfect timing because the minister is planning his annual gathering, which is coming in February.
Savior's Day, the crowning event of Black History Month.
There you go.
But every Saturday you can hear Minister Farrakhan on the time and what must be done at NOI.org at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and learn more about him and the Nation of Islam and his true position.
And this right here, you're hearing from almost my uncle.
Almost your uncle. Now, did you...
The minister, the brother Hassan, what mosque are you representing again?
Muhammad Mosque, the historic Muhammad Mosque, number 7, New York City.
And did you know when your niece was dating Ebro, did you realize that he was also half Jewish?
My dear brother Rosenberg, we all got some white and black in all of us.
We sure do. I know that's right.
My friend?
He looked at young Ibrahim and he was like, nah, he's black and Jewish. He's got it all.
Now, listen, I really appreciate having this dialogue, and like I said,
and I do as well.
And like I said, I do have a lot of love and understanding for things that Minister Farrakhan has done for a lot of young people in hip hop and in the world in general. I do take some issues. I do think that there have been times when Minister Farrakhan has been part of being divisive when it comes to the black and Jewish relationship. I do think.
Well, I'll say this, Ebro.
That was actually.
I mean, I'm sorry, Rosenberg.
There you go.
He's not been divisive, but the minister has been passionate on his points, and sometimes passion can be misunderstood. But have not been.
Hello.
Divisive at all. You know, you can't serve two masters at the same time. Minister Farrakhan can't be one well-respected, then be the most evil man that's out there. You can't be at two extremes. He's a good man of high character, high morals, and integrity. He has love and respect and teaches freedom, justice, and equality for his people, but for all peoples. We want full and complete freedom. We want equality, equal membership among civilized society, but we also want justice applied equally to all, regardless to race, creed, color, or class.
Now,
that's the Muslim program.
Now,
that has been there for over 80 years.
On that point, because the nation has done a good job of motivating and organizing in the black community. How do we, before we expect people outside of the black community to understand or see us equally, how do we come together, right? And put because the problem, in my opinion, in the black community is the amount of different religious beliefs that we have amongst ourselves. So before we can even agree that we need to be a unit economically, we always trip and stumble on our religious differences.
I agree. On that, Minister Farrakhan teaches us from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, a good Christian is a good Muslim, and a good Muslim is a good Christian, if you understand. Did you know that I am a Muslim, but I'm also a Christian?
Yes.
And I'm also a Hebrew?
Yes.
All of that in one. Because the true religion of God to Adam in the garden, the true religion of God to Moses and his people, let my people go, the true religion to Jesus and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is two words, obey God or obey me. And if we all do that, then Mr. Rosenberg, as a Jew, with his book of the Torah through Moses, then if he obeys God, he then will have his day with God. And if those of the Christians with Jesus will obey him through the work that Jesus did, we will have our day with God. If the Muslims, through Muhammad, peace be upon him, will kiss him because Muhammad kisses Jesus and Jesus kisses Moses, the only one that are not working out is us with our misunderstandings. And that's the work of Minister Farrakhan. He spoke many years ago, Rosenberg and Ebro, at the World Parliament of Religions.
Yep, I remember that.
All were there, and he united all who were there, Hindu, even those that may be polytheistic. He united all of them under one banner.
And I think we should also acknowledge, acknowledge in this moment, though, that someone with the influence of Minister Farrakhan, while I do believe he has said things that has hurt people's feelings, whether it was divisive or whether it was anti-Semitic, bottom line is people got upset. Somebody with his influence is oftentimes mired and marred and made to look more evil than they probably actually are, because that divisiveness allows others to actually be more powerful. So, well, at that note, my brother, thank you for calling, sir.
Thank you for having me, brother. And I just want you all to know the minister is the personification of love. And sometimes when you're hurling truth at falsehood, it's very hard to understand that. But at the end of the day, the minister has love for human beings.
Well, and also let the minister know that in this circumstance with Kanye West and him telling his truth, it was not defamation of anybody. It was just his truth and his perspective. And I don't believe that, and based on the way it went after the ADL came out saying that Kanye could have been anti-Semitic in his comments, it went away real fast because I don't think anybody fell for it.
Yeah.
I think the ADL was using that as an opportunity to get some attention right before the holidays and, galvanize their constituency. So I would just say we probably didn't need Farrakhan yet. And when it does get crazy, we will be like, Minister Farrakhan, we need you on this one.
Well, just understand this, that the minister understands the mind of human beings and things deeper than the ordinary person. And so as a great defender, the way the Honorable Elijah Muhammad made him, he's always going to stand up. He'll stand up for you, brother, if you're standing up for truth, justice, and equality.
Thank you for your call. Happy holidays.
Brother, thank you for having me on.
All right, thank you
so much.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you.
Thank you, sir.
Alaikum assalam.